you are enjoying your day here at South by Southwest. We're back here at the book author reading room. We're going to kick off into our next speaker. Our next speaker is Uwe Hook, and his book, Human Business Design. A little about Uwe. He is co-founder of VID00002 and a veteran of the advertising and marketing industry. Client work spans across a lot of interesting clients, including Mercedes-Benz, IBM, Acura, WellPoint, and many others. And he's going to talk about his book, which really comes out of his thoughts and philosophy that marketing and advertising itself is not a solution, and his current work in transforming businesses by applying collaboration practices and advanced business management strategies. Please, a big round of applause for Uwe.
Okay. Hello, thank you for coming. My book is going to be released at the end of the year, but so there's a book signing and no sales pitch. I just want to talk a little bit about the ideas behind human business design and also my thoughts about the current state of interactive. So as we know, corporations saw us until maybe the end of the last millennium as passive consumers who could not be expected to express themselves. And now all the towers are burning. There's a panel this afternoon, what will happen when the New York Times dies, something that we could have never envisioned 10 years ago. Suddenly blogs and all the content that all of us are producing are taking over and threatening the big media companies. And the idea in the beginning was that when I thought about the internet in the beginning, I thought it would be a little bit like Burning Man, where we can express ourselves really freely. And if we think about the early stages of MySpace, that's how it felt, that every page was different, everybody expressed themselves. The problem with MySpace has always been it can't be monetized. So advertisers, I used to work for major agencies who wanted to advertise, connect with people on social networks, but it is, as an advertiser, very threatening to put a banner on the page that you can't control. And so along came Facebook, and Facebook really made everything customizable for advertisers, where we are now defined by data points that we give away to Facebook. So what are our 5 favorite movies? What are our favorite quotes? Those things now define us. And in so many ways, it dehumanizes the online experience. And since we're here in Austin, we're all praying now to the church of Foursquare or Koala, giving away data with questionable benefits for us, but clearly defined monetary benefits for the corporation. We know how Foursquare is going to make money, but what are really the benefits for us? And so we're all praying at the data of the altar of data. Companies typically operate by making their decisions based on digested data, and companies excel really by making intuitive leaps based on ideas of individuals. And data, as we have experienced in the last few years, has led us into the crisis that we're in right now, because all the models that Wall Street based their theories on were wrong. That house prices would never fall, that the stock market in the long run will always make you money. Well, if you invested 10 years ago in the NASDAQ, you had all your money in the NASDAQ, it's still 50% less than it was 10 years before. So the internet really created this class divide. This actually looks like a line at one of those parties here, but the web was supposed to close the divide between classes, and instead it increased it. You just have to ask artists, journalists, reporters, writers that have problems now finding jobs or establishing a new identity or finding ways to monetize their work. In addition to that, we think that crowdsourcing is now something that we should focus on. In crowdsourcing, I actually call it mob sourcing, because I come from Germany originally, and I'm not a big believer, looking back in the history of the German history, in the wisdom of the crowds. I think most crowds are not very wise. They're I rather believe in the wisdom of individuals. And crowdsourcing is now being used by companies that used to pay $1,000, $2,000 for a logo. Now they crowdsource on CrowdSpring where the logo for $50, one person gets paid, and 89 other people that competed for the job get nothing. So in the end, all our efforts that we're doing right now are benefiting a few, leaving the rest of us behind. Thinking what were we thinking? Look at the business model of Huffington Post, where only a few people are really benefiting from the traffic, the rest are giving away their work for free. The basic promise of the book is to focus less on data, focus less on the crowd, focus less on collectivism, and focus less on technology. We have to focus more on the individual person. So far, technology has shaped us, and we need to take the power back and let humans shape technology. The idea behind the book is that we want to take humanity, we want to return humanity to business, work, and our work life. Our obsession with the left brain, that the left brain knows everything, data, analytics, can only bring us so far and has mainly caused the Great Recession. We need to merge the capabilities of the left brain. I'm not saying data is useless, but we have to combine them with the innovative force of the right brain. There's a book called Predictably Irrational, and the author says that our brain, or we are like a rider off the back of an elephant. I'm holding the reins in my hands, I'm pulling one way or the other. I can tell the elephant to turn, to stop, or to go. I can direct things, but only when the elephant doesn't have the desires of his own. When the elephant really wants to do something, I have no choice, I have no power at all. And that's how we have to admit that we are social primates. We are not people that can analyze everything and act rationally. New technologies have allowed us to connect with people in ways we couldn't have imagined a few years back, but technologies won't solve problems. We have to solve the problems. So what is human business design? Human business design is a model based on the belief that all conversations and interactions between human beings matter now. The way human beings are motivated to connect and create value has completely changed. Organizations need to find a framework for the entire ecosystem to participate in the co-creation of meaningful value. It's not anymore about just marketing your product. There are so many companies out there, they don't produce anything. They just white label, they buy white label products, then slap some brand on it, and their marketing department that is often outsourced too, then sells it for them. It's basically a big Wall Street scheme where you don't create value, but you just make money. The new paradigm for organization is co-creation, cooperation, a bigger idea than just the motivation to consume or create more shareholder value. So organizations have to focus less, and that's very hard for people, for companies that are public. They have to focus less on shareholder value, focus more on stakeholder value, that everybody in the value chain profits and gets value out of their communication within the organization. Each valuable organization has a big vision behind its products and services, and the goal is that all these stakeholders work on this bigger vision. So I worked with Honda for many, many years, and their core message is the power of dreams. And they have internally as a corporation completely forgotten to dream. They just had to produce and sell more cars. And the goal with working with Honda, connecting with the dreams again. That people not go to work just to make money, that they all go to work because there's value. They produce something that they want to share with the world. And businesses have to go back to dealing with individuals, not targets or segment. Sarah Palin might think this sounds like communism, but actually that's where capitalism used to be. The American dream is not about IPOs or quick payouts. The American dream was always about working hard, delivering value, and getting value in the way we work. And it's not an easy road, but it's worth the trip. And as I said, the book will come out at the end of the year. Any questions? Okay, thank you.